Alright, we are now on Tuchanka. There are some peoples out there. The Overcaptain. We don't spend much time reading our codex in Mass Effect 2, but it might be worth doing that here. Let's see. Tuchanka.
The Krogan homeworld boasts extreme temperatures, virulent diseases, and vicious predatory fauna.
Lovely.
Around 1900 BCE, the Krogan discovered atomic power and promptly instigated many intraplanetary wars, sending Tuchanka into a nuclear winter. With most of their industrial base destroyed, the Krogan entered a new dark age, and warring tribal bands dominated. Populations remained low for the next 2,000 years. First contact with the Solarians made resurgence possible. Krogan brought to less hostile planets bred exponentially and returned to reconquer their home. They built vast underground shelters to shield themselves from surface radiation, which proved prescient during the Krogan rebellions, when many of them isolated themselves in a vain attempt to avoid the genophage. Convinced they could outbreed the genophage, they transmitted it into more than 90% of the sealed bunkers. Today, Tuchanka's population is sharply limited, and while individual Krogan are long-lived, the genophage ensures few replacements.
Exactly. So even though the Krogan do live for a long time, in theory, because so few Krogan are getting born these days, it is technically still possible, but extremely unlikely with the genophage. The number is never going up, or at least is going up so small that it dwarfs the amount that the amount of Krogan that are dying from doing Krogan things like fighting, and more fighting.
Stop right there, alien. You're Shepard of the Normandy.
This is true. Check out our journal here, see if we get an update. We do not yet, it doesn't seem. As a reminder, so we are, one of the primary reason why we're here right now is for Morton's loyalty mission. So Morton has learned that Bloodpack mercenaries have captured Malin, his former protege, and are holding him on Tuchanka. Malin helped Morton work on the Genophage project, so his capture raises possible security concerns. Travel to Tuchanka in the Aralok system, located in the Krogan DMZ, and speak with the clan chief or scout commander. Okay. Oh. Hello. We've got the Overcaptain, we've got a Bloodpack recruiter. Alright, we have quite the... Char? Quite the welcome party.
Watch it,
And Char, you may recognize that name. That is the Blue Rose of Ilium and the Krogan who was reciting all the poetry to her.
What did I tell you, honey? Isn't it beautiful? Far away from all that high-tech noise.
I guess. Seems a bit dirty, though.
Oh, it builds character.
I mean, it does look pretty dirty, but it may build character. You may not be wrong about that.
Is it just me, or do the other Krogan not like me?
Oh, there's some concern about me bringing in a non-Krogan. I had to talk to the chief. It's not a deal.
It's not a deal?
Wait, so
Or it's not a big
you
deal?
want me here?
Who cares what they want? I want you. That's all that matters.
I don't know if I can do this, Char.
Hey, now. My blue rose of Ilium always stands strong to reach toward the sun.
Okay, I'll manage. Just no more poetry.
Oh, but the poetry is fantastic.
What did I tell you, honey? Isn't it
Alright,
beautiful?
and so we've heard that already. But that's the latest from Char and the Blue Rose of Ilium.
Dirty, though.
But you know, it's maybe a little rough here on Tuchanka, but they're together, as we encourage them to try to do. So good to see that's still the case. Bloodpack recruiter. I mean, is this guy going to try to recruit us?
If you're looking for work, you're shouting down the wrong hole. The Blood Pack only recruits Krogan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You again. I told you the Blood Pack only wants Krogan. Go flash your smooth skin somewhere else.
What if I ask you again?
I thought coming to Tuchanka would get me away from jaw-flapping aliens. I was obviously mistaken.
Yeah, that's right, we're not shutting up.
If you're looking for work, you're shouting down the road.
Alright, alright. If you insist, Blood Pack dude. Fine. Technically, we already kind of sort. Oh, hold on. Hello. Nice to meet you.
The clan leader wants to speak with you. Keep your pet on a leash. Clanless Krogan are usually killed on the borders.
Okay. Nice to meet you too.
Take your business to the clan leader.
Alright, I guess we'll do. So, one thing to note about Tuchanka is that technically, one of the reasons why I wanted to come here, it is another one of the hub worlds, much like the Citadel, much like Ilium, much like Omega, and so all the more reason for us to try to check it out as quickly as possible.
Someday we'll get off this line and show those Turians who's boss. Damn right. Tear their scales off and let the Pyjacks feast on them while they're still alive. Yeah.
Oh. That sounds a little gruesome. Also, that is a pet Baron that they apparently have.
Erdnot clan reports use weak encryption. I see references to a captured Solarian in the logs of the Chief Scout.
Good. Talk to Scout then. Or Chief. Either one acceptable.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Well, here we are. Welcome to Tuchanka, the Krogan homeworld.
Sent the children over last week.
No. I was off dealing with a Baron attempt. What? Any promising warriors?
Yes, of course. They're strong. One day they will tear our enemies apart.
And I believe it's the first homeworld we've been for any species? I think so. But I mean, technically we haven't even been to Earth, I don't think. Obviously, like, and our Shepard technically is a spacer, I believe, so we grew up on space stations and are not actually from Earth ourselves. So, yeah, first time we've seen a homeworld from any of the species, and so I think that's always very interesting to consider. You know, what was it that shaped the Krogan? What was it that made them the way they were? And in many cases, of course, the answer is it's a place they all came to initially, well, place where they initially started everything, and built out from there. So we can learn a ton about them here. What's the deal with Ratch?
Greetings, human. My name is Ratch. Have a look at what I've got.
Okay. I mean, it does seem like the first people we encountered here were not, several people we encountered here, not terribly pleased of non-Krogans showing up.
Everyone I talk to hates that aliens are an Erdnot. Except you.
I don't have the luxury of turning away paying customers. I do enough business off-world to know that you aliens have more credits than people here do.
I mean, I suppose, for business reasons, does make sense. What do you
What
sell?
do you have in stock?
Most of it's food and drink that's toxic to humans.
Oh,
Rincall's a local favorite. Don't try to act tough, it'll tear your insides apart.
He's not joking. Rincall hits aliens like ground glass.
Otherwise, I've got weapons, scrap, and whatever food those Pyjacks don't steal. Which isn't much. Take a look at my kiosk over there if you want to buy something.
okay. Let's see. I mean, what can you tell us about Pyjacks? What exactly is a Pyjack?
What the hell is a Pyjack?
Off-world vermin. Humans say they're like monkeys. They come in and steal food, Rincall, whatever they can get their talons on. We started using the mounted defense cannons to stop them.
Okay. Also, Rincall, that might technically have been one of those alcoholic beverages that we tasted in, where was it? We took a shot of it at the Citadel, that time where we went to the Citadel bar and just had shot after shot, and eventually passed out. And of course, the bartender was starting to give us increasingly dangerous, increasingly strong drinks, and eventually said, you know, this was like some kind of Krogan beverage, Krogan spirit that no humans could ever handle, and we took it anyway. I don't think we passed out after that one. We still had 1 or 2 drinks after that before we did, but so there's a chance we actually have tried that before. I don't remember if that's what that was at the time, or if it was some other Krogan drink, but it sounds like you have a problem with Pyjacks. We could potentially help you out with that.
I'm a good shot. Maybe I can help out with the Pyjacks.
Feel free. You can use the console out there to control the guns. Make a dent in the Pyjack population. You get a discount. Good luck with that.
Alright.
I should go.
Suit yourself.
So that's a new little side quest there. Killing the Pyjacks. And Pyjacks, let's see, is there... I just seen one there a second ago. Definitely one here a minute ago. See if we can catch sight of any others. But he was saying how humans oftentimes call them or say that they look like monkeys. We have in fact seen them before. I don't think they were officially named Pyjacks at the time, but the space monkeys we encountered several times previously in Mass Effect 1, also the game is tabbed out. But space monkeys we encountered in Mass Effect 1 on a few different areas, Elatania being one of them. For some reason I remember that name specifically, but there's at least one other. They don't fight back, at least in Mass Effect 1. They're pretty much just docile space monkeys. But as this dude was telling us, in many cases they steal stuff from people.
Think you actually had a fertile female on one of your trips to their camp?
I must have.
Son, good for you. We'll get a ring call to celebrate.
Okay. Let's see, as for where those guns are, well, let's read up on it a little bit more here. So Tuchanka, killing Pyjacks. So we also didn't read up on the other missions that we picked up when we were doing that exploration previously. Maybe we'll check those out in just a second. So, killing Pyjacks, a merchant on Tuchanka is having trouble with local vermin known as Pyjacks. He's offered a reward for killing them. Use the defense cannons nearby to kill a large number of Pyjacks. Oh, also just random thought that occurred to me that I meant to say when we were fighting the Praetorian back in the Collector base. For some reason, when in my first Mass Effect 2 playthrough, I remember the first Praetorian being, you know, extremely difficult, of course. First time you ever encounter a big enemy like that. It's a scary sight to be seen. And when you don't really know how to fight it, makes sense that, you know, you'd find it rather difficult. For some reason, the second go-around against that Praetorian in my first Mass Effect 2 playthrough, for some reason was significantly easier, and I just remembered, this guy, I mean, sure, he's big, but just like an afterthought. I remember that he showed up, but for some reason was significantly easier than the first time around. But you know, that was way back in the day, and I think I was just playing on normal difficulty, so that's a lot different than this time around. But we still did reasonably well on that. But anyways, that's a random thought that just reminded myself of. But then the other things that we were researching previously from those anomalies: N7 mining the canyon. Scans detect an inert heavy mech broadcasting a looping message on the surface of planet Tatis. A cache of resources has been detected deep within the canyon walls. Investigate the mech broadcasting signal on planet Tatis. Okay. A little odd. And the research station, I think, was one that had some indication that it was maybe a little time sensitive, or at least tried to sort of imply that. Scans indicate a research station on planet Sinmara is in danger of eradication by deadly radiation coming from the unstable local sun. If the station's protective magnetic shield were reactivated, it could survive the solar storms. Land on Sinmara and find a way to protect it from the deadly rays of its sun. And it sounds a lot like what we saw on Haystrom, the planet where we were recruiting Tali.
That crap rots your brain. You should be out hunting, fixing something if you can't hunt. It was a special bid on the Citadel.
Alright, but what I'd like to do, a little disoriented here, but we do have a map, since this is a hub world. would like to see if we can take out those Pyjacks.
Child, my son, we tackled the Baron. He was good, fast, strong.
Well, of course he was. Any son of yours must be.
Then they went back to the female camp. He was so fast. I didn't even talk with him.
So this guy sounds like was partnered with someone who apparently did not know was one of the few fertile females, which again, with the genophage, there's a very small number of Krogan that can actually reproduce. That's what the genophage did, was stop, a huge percentage of them from being able to do so, and that's why Krogan are dying much more quickly than they're being born, and so the Krogan in many ways have accepted that they are a dead species at this point. But generally the way it works is that what few Krogan can get born come from a select number of, I guess it's always the females, the women, who, as they were just saying, some of them are actually capable of reproducing. And if you are able to reproduce, then as a Krogan, then apparently, that's sort of a long-term thing. It's like, oh, this person is, or this Krogan is one of the few females who can have Krogan children. And so, those women obviously become extremely highly sought after because they are some of the few people, some of the few Krogans who can do that. And so it sounds like that guy did not realize it, but actually did have a partner who was a fertile female and had a child without even realizing that was the case. And she's from a different clan, it seems, who doesn't get to see his son very often.
That's enough.
But I could teach him to hunt, the best way to shoot a gun, to fight with honor and savagery.
You can do that next time they bring the children.
It's not the same.
But it's not the same. Now he doesn't get to see his son. That is sad. Let's see. Over here.
Human.
I'm sorry. We have the gun defense controls, which I think is the place where we can take a look at taking down these Pyjacks.
Let's see what the human can do.
Okay, so we need to kill Pyjacks for Ratch, guy we talked to before. We can fire this weapon. It is very slow. Move around. There's a delay between when you fire it and when the projectile actually hits. That was terribly aimed. So you do need to anticipate. That should have done the trick. That was bad. You see our food stores in the bottom right corner there. It's functionally our life bar in many ways. Actually don't know. So obviously one of the Pyjacks did get through. I am displeased about that because it should be pretty easy at this stage. I saw one over there for some reason. But they come in waves. We technically, I suppose we only have a limited number of shots by the looks of things. So the subsequent waves, of course, get more difficult, and yeah, our food stores do not come back. So that was a silly thing to do, to let one of them through on a wave 1. Lids, come on, man. Come on, man. It's like this I don't love. Way out there. But generally what I'm trying to do is after, going all the way over there, after you fire a shot, try to recenter yourself in between those shots so you're ready to catch Pyjacks that are speeding past from a closer spot. Ooh, that missed. Otherwise, if you're stuck all the way on the far side, and it's getting blocked by the tires. That's why. You're all the way on the far side, and Pyjack comes and starts from one of the closer areas. Then you could be in quite a bit of trouble. Might not have enough time to speed past and cover in time to shoot it. Like here, for example. Back, just like, oh, and the tires. Here, can we get them both? Not in one shot, but we're fine. But that did get 2 for 1. That's cool. I forget there may even be maybe an achievement for just getting all of them here, completing this quest. Maybe one for completing it without losing any food stores. Ooh, that was 2 for 1. This, then we get back before we... That same here. Don't love that. That was... But what? No, the tire! The tire blocked it. I thought we had it. So we lost the food stores there. Okay, but we completed the quest. That was far, far easier than I remembered that being. I thought I remembered that being very hard. But, that was quite easy. Missed a couple of times. We definitely could have done it without losing any food stores, but I got a little sloppy and hit the tires on a few occasions.
Seeing those vermin roasting in the heat from an explosive shell, I swear it was glorious.
Nice. My
It
pleasure.
was a lot of fun.
Help yourself to more. There's no shortage of Pyjacks out there if you get a craving for violence. I'll give you a discount at my store. Anything you want, you buy at cost.
Nice. So we get a discount here. That's one of the reasons why I didn't even look at the shop stock before we did that mission because, well, we get stuff for less now. And as he said, technically, if we really wanted to, we could go back
I should go.
and do that. Not the quest. Obviously, the quest is done, as we just got the 40 experience there. But we could try that challenge again if we really wanted to. So if there is an achievement for it, then, you know, you can give it a shot. Even after finishing the quest. If you fall a little bit short of saving all your food stores as we did there. But let's see. We have Pyjack meat, which is free. Fresh, raw Pyjack meat is a favorite of Varen everywhere. Heavy weapon ammo upgrade. It's fairly expensive, but that might be something worth picking up. Stabilization Gauntlets increases shields by 5%. I do like increasing our shields. Death Mask, that's pretty dramatic. Gives us increased negotiation bonus by 10%. That's very interesting. If you know you're going to have an encounter with a really hard check to meet for your charm or intimidate, then this could be a good thing to throw on just for that, and then, you know, you go back to using whatever you're usually using that is more directly supporting your combat abilities. Then we have increased health by 5% with asymmetric defense layer. Also not terrible. It looks like it's mostly gear. Yeah, increasing shields by 5%. I mean, I like the stuff that increases our defenses. Then we have a new heavy pistol, the Phalanx. Highly accurate and lethal sidearm. Effective against armor, weak against shields and biotic barriers. Upgrades the Predator heavy pistol. Question is it any better than the Carnifex? The M5 Phalanx is the product of the Alliance's offensive handgun project that developed a close-in weapon to be used on armored and shielded targets, no loss of stopping power in comparison to the soldier's assault rifle. Phalanx enjoys a ballistics advantage even over most other hand cannons, and features an integral laser sight, which is highly visible even in bright lighting conditions. Civilian variants are often purchased by colonists on planets that have particularly dangerous big game animals. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of the Carnifex, so I don't feel like there's an immediate need to switch over to something else, although, of course, picking it up is, if we can afford it, is not bad, but as we've said previously, we theoretically do not have enough monies to buy absolutely everything in the game, so we do want to be mindful of that and try to pick and choose times where we can deliberately not buy some things so that we save up our credits and we can that way we can actually afford the stuff that we think is most worthwhile. Like, for example, heavy weapon ammo is definitely helpful. You know, we may not be using our heavy weapon all the time, but having more ammo when we need it is certainly useful, and I think there are even some upgrades that do require that we unlock additional heavy weapon ammo for us to get them. I think that was maybe just making some other types of heavy weapons, and we've reached that threshold now, but 60% is a lot. Power cell technology used by heavy weapons is fairly old, but can be improved by rebuilding the core with more modern components. These improvements allow standard power cells to yield more shots per power cell and allow for more total shots to be fired. I say we do it.
I'll take it.
We can certainly afford it. We can also certainly afford the Pyjack meat. Alright. Nice. 60%. We pull out a weapon here? I don't think we can, so I'm not allowed to double check exactly what that means for the meats, but let's see.
Looks like Urs finally found someone to follow around.
But there's the Pyjack there. As I was saying, they're the space monkeys from Mass Effect 1 that you may remember. So we can feed the Varen, we can pet the Varen, we can leave the Varen alone. Well, let's feed him. We picked up the Varen meat, right?
Here, try this.
The meat, I forget what type of meat it was, but...
Looks like Urs finally found someone to follow around.
Oh. He actually does follow us around. Now we have a Varen pal. That's cool. Oh, well, I mean, he's running elsewhere now. Did he come back? Did he go down there? It's just running around a bit. Oh, that was how this started. Saw someone who he thought had his eyes. He was like, oh, could that be my son? Then... Oh, wait, there's something we can talk to Grunt about here? Tuchanka in general? Okay, sure.
This is the great Krogan homeworld. This is the land of Kredok, Shiaga, and Viol. This chunk of rock is barely worth standing on. Never thought I'd miss the tank.
Careful there. Careful, Grunt. Don't let them hear you say that. Then we have a pit fight gambling station, which, well, is kind of exactly what it sounds like.
Put down some real money, human.
So, what we can do is we can bet on the White-Blue Hope. Well, basically, it's a gladiator death pit match, except it's Varen instead. So we can bet on any one of the Varen here, and we can put credits on them, and if they succeed, then we can get more back. If they don't succeed, then we lose that money that we invested. So there's Blue Hope, the White-Blue Varen. There's Red-Brown Thunder, the Red-Brown Varen. There's Urs, which is the Varen that we just fed. And, technically speaking, this is one way in which it's theoretically possible to earn additional credits. Of course, it is not guaranteed that you win here by any means. It is still just a probability of either success or failure. But one thing that is worth noting a little bit here is, I mean, this is a very minor spoiler, but, I believe Urs only becomes available as an option to bet on once you feed him the Varen meat. Because, well, he's our friend now. But, Urs, I believe, is technically better than the other Varen, so although it's not guaranteed, does have a higher probability of success. So betting on Urs can, at times, net you some credits. Of course, it's the kind of thing where, as with any other gambling situation, you know, you do it a few times, maybe you get lucky, maybe you do make a bit of a profit, then you get carried away, you continue to do it, and you lose all the profit by throwing away all those earnings and losing. So, I mean, we'll try it once just to show you what it's all about, but I don't think we're going to be doing this for all that long. So let's see. There's the red-brown one. That's our guy. That's Urs, the one with the stripes. Come on, Urs. Urs wins. So, let's see, we spent 500 credits. Did we need 500 credits? Is that that work? I assume we didn't just only get back our 500 credits and net 0, but, anyways, well done, Urs. Good boy.
Step back. My Varen is hungry.
Is that so? Alright, we have the Chief Scout there.
Long step, Shepard.
But before we go there,
One more win in the pits, and I'm retiring.
Let's chat with the mechanic.
Do I look like I have time to talk? I've got work to do. Those fools brought this Tuchanka back from a skirmish without its combustion manifold. They say it got shot off in the field. You tell me, how can you expect a Tuchanka to run without a combustion manifold?
I don't know. I was a little bit distracted by how your hand was passing through your face. But, can I find you the manifold?
Any idea where I can find a combustion manifold?
Yeah, I can make one. Give me 3 days and a barrel of ring call. The one they lost is probably still out in the field. It's too much to expect them to collect it and bring the damn thing back.
Alright, I mean, I guess maybe we should have led with this, but, who are you? Apparently you're some kind of mechanic?
I've never seen a Krogan mechanic before.
What? You think we kidnap Quarians and make them do the hard work? Not anymore, we don't.
Not anymore. Doesn't deny that they used to do it, but, not anymore, at least. I mean, we can certainly look for it.
I'm going out into the field. If I see a combustion manifold, I'll bring it back with me.
If you did, it would save me a lot of work. Maybe bring back my sunny disposition.
Something tells me that is sarcasm, so, alright, well.
Let me get out of your way.
Don't do me any favors.
Oh, but we will. So, worth noting that I believe that quest we just got for the Tuchanka combustion manifold, a Krogan mechanic is interested in a combustion manifold. One is found while on a mission. He would be very grateful. I believe if you talk to him and activate this mission, you can find the combustion manifold. If you do not talk to him and you go on that other mission and go to the place where you would normally find the combustion manifold, but this assignment is not active, the combustion manifold will not be there. So you can't retroactively turn this in, or you can't retroactively, have the stuff ready to go and just say, oh, yeah, you wanted a combustion manifold? Yeah, I already have one, we're good. No, you need to proactively get the quest, then find the combustion manifold, and only then will it be available to you. Then you can come back and turn it in. So look for a combustion manifold while on missions on Tuchanka. Sure thing. So just wanted to make sure that before we started doing any missions, we made a point of chatting with that guy. Let's see, we've got, ooh. Got some stuff going on here. An injured Krogan?
Krogans hit by genophage, nuclear assaults, civil wars. Still survive.
Yeah, no thanks to you or anyone else.
Yeah.
Impressive to see life adapt, continue despite circumstances. Inspiring.
It's definitely saying something for coming from Morton, somebody who, of course, was very much taking a part in genophage. There. So this is a This is what a Pyjack looks like, for anyone who does not remember them from Mass Effect 1 or couldn't picture what I was referring to when I said the space monkeys from Mass Effect 1. You saw nothing?
Should you be in here?
That depends. Do you want someone in here who punches Pyjacks or not?
Who are you?
I am Fortak, Lord High Researcher in matters scientific for Clan Erdnot, and I don't have time to answer your inane questions.
I won't bother you for long.
I won't take up much of your valuable time.
My work is very important, human.
Of course it is. I'm just curious. I'd heard a lot about the genius of Krogan science.
Ah, finally, someone understands. I swear I am among brainless Pyjacks here, toiling among savages. I am the Lord High Researcher.
Seems like an illustrious title. What exactly are you researching?
You must be working on something important.
I was building the biggest, best offensive ordnance yet. A real ground pounder. But the new clan leader wastes my time with frivolous research. Crop genetics, medicinal improvements. We can buy that stuff from the Solarians.
Solarians created genophage, I've heard. Still trust them with
maybe.
medicines and agriculture?
Yeah, what else can the Solarians do to us at this point? It's not like they can make us even more infertile. Actually, wait, forget I said anything.
Ooh, and he's saying that to someone who did exactly that. Exactly that is what Morton did. Enhance the genophage, in fact. So, well, tell me about the new leader in that
Sounds
case.
like the new clan leader has some very different ideas on how to lead the Krogan.
If you want to know more, talk to him directly. He's my leader. I'll not say anything else about it.
All right, sounds
Enjoy
like
your research.
that's all we can
Yes,
talk to you
move
about.
on.
Looks like, yeah, you also have some stuff here. Assault rifle damage, biotic damage, heavy pistol damage, shotgun damage. Oh, very good stuff. I don't recall as to whether there is a way to get a discount at this shop. Obviously, there was when we were talking about doing the mission for taking down all the Pyjacks. Maybe we wait before we buy any of that stuff there, although it is very tempting. It does look good. Let's see. So, yeah, we placed our bet already. Thing we're looking to do at this stage is we've done all of our little chit chat, but now
Hold it. You must wait till the clan leader summons you. He is in talks.
You know what tradition demands. Clan Erdnot must respond. Your reforms will not go unopposed. You risk appearing weak at a critical time.
Shepard.
Good enough.
and the Mass Effect 1 music, you gotta love it.
Excuse me.
Out of my... Shepard! My friend.
You look well for dead, Shepard. Should have known the void couldn't hold you.
And it is good to see Rex again. Of course, old squad mate from Mass Effect 1, one of my favorite teammates, if not my favorite from Mass Effect 1. So, it has been a long time indeed. We may have kind of, sort of, possibly died for a couple of years there, but, you know, let's not talk about that.
Looks like helping me destroy Saren and the Geth has worked out for you. Glad we didn't have to kill each other on Vermeer.
Huh. You made the rise of Erdnot possible. Vermeer was a turning point for the Krogan, though not everyone was happy about it. Destroying Saren's genophage cure freed us from his manipulation. I used that to spur the clans to unify under Erdnot.
Impressive.
Abandoned many traditions to get your way. Dangerous.
Weak one spoken to, Uvenk. I'll drag your clan to glory whether it likes it or not.
Oh, Rex.
Now, Shepard, what brings you here? How's the Normandy?
As you can see, he's sitting on the throne. He has become the leader of Clan Erdnot. Well done, Rex. But, you know, some things still never change. So, how's Normandy? Yeah, you know, it kind of blew up.
Destroyed in a collector surprise attack. I ended up spaced.
Well, you look good. Ah, the benefits of a redundant nervous system.
We don't have that.
Yeah. Humans don't have that.
Oh, it must have been painful then. But you're standing here, and you've got a strong new ship. Takes me back to the old days. Us against the unknown, killing it with big guns. Good times.
Yeah, I mean, tell us about what you've been up to.
Sounds like you've got big changes ahead for the Krogan.
We are making a neutral ground where all clans are welcome. Fertile females can be shared among clans. We will strengthen the race as a whole.
You threaten everything that makes us strong. It will not last.
Maybe. Until then, you're lucky to be a part of it.
He's not a fan of this guy. So... yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is the Krogan are notorious for infighting. You know, they started launching, they started a nuclear winter on Tuchanka because they couldn't stop themselves from fighting each other. That's pretty extreme. Pretty extreme, so what's different this time? How are you going to keep them under control?
How do you maintain security with so many different clans in one place?
Any clan willing to send in hostages can come in. No fighting inside the camp. Each clan punishes its own criminals. We stop conflicts before anyone dies. Then we present a simple choice. Pay a fine and deal with your problems, or your clan is no longer welcome.
Seems pretty reasonable.
That doesn't sound very harsh by Krogan standards.
Yeah, certainly by Krogan
Allies from
standards.
other clans like what I'm doing. They help deal with skeptics. Many are eager for an outlet. Every time I've declared a clan unwelcome, my allies have destroyed them. Word gets around.
Oh. Yeah. I suppose that means that there becomes increasingly more reason not to defy what Clan Urdnot and Rex are trying to do in that case, because people have started to realize what happens if you go against them. So, why do you bother with weak clans? Nah. Let's see. What about my business here? You share your females? I mean, that does explain a bit about what we were talking earlier, about how there was that other Krogan saying he wasn't sure if he was father of this other Krogan that appeared to have his eyes, but not sure. We can ask about that, I suppose.
What did the women of Clan Urdnot think about this plan?
It was our female clan leader's idea. The neutral area is safe, and it encourages more female clans to ally with us. Attacks on Urdnot now endanger the females of all clans. Even clans that want to see me dead will defend Clan Urdnot.
Okay. That sounds promising. So, yeah, how is your plan going in that case?
Sounds ambitious. How's it gone so far?
Better than I'd feared. Worse than I'd hoped.
It can't continue.
What?
You are going against what makes us strong.
Better than you feared. Worse than you hoped. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. As for us...
I hope that works well for your people. But back to the reason I'm here.
We don't often allow aliens to do business on Tuchanka, but you're an exception.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to have you come with us.
Good to see you, Rex. Sure you can't come with us?
Wish I could, but I need to keep these short-sighted fools in line. Hunt well, Shepard.
Okay, there is actually something else I'd still like to ask you about, namely the thing that actually relates to Morton's mission. Can we talk to Unvek?
I have nothing to say to aliens or their pet Krogan.
Apparently not.
I have nothing to say to aliens or their pet Krogan.
Shepard, what can I do for you, my friend?
Yeah, so Solarian and the Blood Pack, I assume, is alluding to Morton's stuffs.
I'm looking for a Solarian. He was captured by the Blood Pack and brought here.
My scout commander can direct you. He's probably near the perimeter running target practice. Don't take too much of his time. I need a constant watch on the other clans.
Alright. In that case,
I need to
thank
go.
you very much.
We'll go over this another time.
We can
Watch
talk later.
yourself, Shepard. Tuchanka isn't safe and homey like Theros and Ilos.
I like how he says Tuchanka isn't safe, like, and then names two of the most dangerous planets that we went to with him. As if those were safe.